that is a good thing.
But life is full. What's today's date?
Today's the 6th.
6th.
Good morning, shiny, happy people. Those of you here with us in the sanctuary and those of us viewing online from the comfort of your home or maybe a great condo in the mountains or something like that. We're here on the very first Sunday in November with a special treat. We've not only got Reverend Rachel Harrison speaking today, we've also got Marcy Baruch singing. Let's welcome her.
Hello. Looking out on the morning rain, how I used to feel so uninspired. How, and when I knew I'd have to face another day, how, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. Your loving is the key to my peace of mind. And you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Now when my soul was in the lost and found,
That's Marcy Baruch, everybody.
Thank
you can stay on your feet while we say good morning and welcome to Columbine Spiritual Center. We're centered in God. We celebrate a world of harmony, peace, abundance, and gratitude for all. Get up off those seats and let's sing about good. This morning singing, God is so good. So I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Well, I got up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Sing it, Marcy. Feeling good down in my soul. Now God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul. God is so good. Down in my soul, yeah, God is so in every way. God is so good. Every day, in every way, God is so good. When I take the time to praise the Spirit, God is so good. My God is so good. My God is so good. My God is so good to me.
Everlasting, ever flowing.
That's how we like to say good morning around here. And now we'd like to say good morning to Jeannie Oliver and the YFM kids. Come on up, and you can stay standing because we're going to sing them out of here after we bless them.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, we can stand wherever. I can sit down. Yay.
You guys are so cute.
So good morning. And Rachel, it's so good to have you here. Yay. So I'm going to have a couple of our kids just say thank you in their way for last week with the trunk or treat because it was really fun and really special.
Thank you guys so much for the trunk or treat. It was really, 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 really fun.
Okay, and this month we are doing a family food drive. Oh, you want to say? Well, sorry, here. I'm so sorry.
Thank you guys so much for the trunk or treat. It was really fun. I didn't count my pieces though.
Oh, yeah. That would be a fun activity. Anybody else want to say anything about the trunk or treat? I'm sorry, I should have. Okay, so we're going to work on the family food drive, which is on the 20th, and we're going to talk about, Thanksgiving and things we're grateful for, and kind of all of that kind of thing. And we're also practicing for our Thanksgiving dance, which is on the 20th too. So you guys can look for that. And we're going to go ahead and head down.
Let's bless these beauties. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we see the Christ you are. Have a great... Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful life. My beautiful, my beautiful, my beautiful life. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. All of y'all. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Woo! Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Jazz hands. Yes. Thank you so much. You can feel free to have a seat. We're going to slow our breathing down, slow our thoughts down, connect with our center, and prepare for prayer and meditation. And I open my heart, and I open my heart, and I much beauty, there's so much love and joy. And I open my heart, and I open my heart, and I open my heart, and I open my heart. There's so much love, so much beauty, there's so much love and joy. There's so much love, so much beauty, there's so much love and joy. And I open my heart, and I open my heart, and I open my heart, and I open my heart.
And so we take this time to open our hearts, to connect to the divine. And in prayer, we come to this place where we are remembering our union with cosmic consciousness. Remembering who we are, remembering the joy, the beauty, and asking that our pain and our suffering also be relieved. In this place of stillness, all is well. In this place of stillness, there is only love. In this place of stillness, we can feel the truth of who we are and how we are to walk the earth. And we have the capacity to hold whatever comes our way. Being human is an experience of learning to trust in our connection with the divine. We hold all those in this sanctuary in prayer and in light. And we hold all those who are watching online now or later in prayer and in light, knowing that this light that we shine affects the entire world. This light that we shine brings truth and love and goodness and kindness to the entire world. To be who we are, to trust in who we are. And we hold all those who need that extra light, knowing that our light will bring them exactly what they need. The Spirit is bringing us exactly what we need. And as we come into this silence, we offer ourselves the knowing that all is well. All is well.
There's so much love, so much beauty. There's so much love and joy. There's so much love, so much beauty. There's so much love and joy. And I open my heart. And I open my heart. And I open my heart. And I open my heart.
All I have and all I feel is all because of you. All I reap is all I sow, and love is our living proof. Thank you for life. Thank you for everything. I stand here in grace and gratitude, and I thank you. Seasons come and seasons go, no matter what we choose. 1,000 names, 1,000 roads, all lead to one simple truth. Thank you for life. Thank you for everything. I stand here in grace and gratitude, and I thank you. Thank you for everything. I stand here in grace and gratitude, and I thank you. I thank
That's Marcy Baruch, the one and only, and a birthday girl. Larry Thompson, Dan Steelman.
We can all go home now because we've had our fill of love. Pass around the Kleenex because I know I was, really touched by that. Thank you, Marcy. So good to be back. I miss seeing everybody more on a regular basis. I'm Reverend Rachel Harrison, and for those of you that don't know me, I've been coming to Columbine for 21 plus years. I had the joy of being on staff for a couple of years. I saw some of the new families raising their kids here. I raised my kids here. And I'm honored and blessed that I followed my path and my dream. Got me all choked up, Mars. To become the truth of who I am, which is to take my own spiritual healing and share it with others. And I'm honored and blessed to have become a minister. And I have a community called Recover Your Soul. And it's about finding who you are. And it's about really allowing yourself to let go of the outside world filling you up. And that the truth is that you have everything that you need in yourself. That we put so much time and attention on other people. If this person would be better, if this would change, if my spouse would change, if the world would change, if politics would change, then I would be happy. And although those would be nice things, that isn't the source of our happiness. So this month is November, as you know, and I speak almost every Sunday at Unity churches all over the area. And again, I'll just say what a blessing Columbine Spiritual Center is. Most of the churches I speak at are anywhere from 5 to 20 people. And there's a lot of small churches, and Unity is really working hard to stay. And so this community that was founded on the principles of unity and this vision that they had of this building, which is so remarkable and has such a vital energy to it, continues to thrive. And it thrives because you continue to show up and you continue to support physically, financially, spiritually, this spiritual center. So thank you for that. But I'm honored and blessed that I get to speak so much now. And when I started speaking at Unity Temple in Denver, there was a group of Unity ministers, and we said, well, what's our theme going to be? And at first I was a little like, I don't need you to tell me what to talk about, because I'm a little bit like that. I don't know if anybody else can relate. But we decided to do the 12 powers, and thank goodness we did. And again, thank goodness that we're willing to take direction, because I have really loved studying the 12 powers. And this is based on the 12 Powers of Man by Charles Fillmore. And it starts at the beginning of the year with love and faith and strength, and it builds up. I think of it as your spiritual home. And as we get to this top, we're coming to the end of the year, and November is release. And he calls it renunciation, which seems like a big word, so we're going to stick with release. And also elimination. And when you first think of this, you're like, okay, whatever. Is release really that important? And the truth is, release is really important. And the more that I've worked on my own spiritual journey, the spiritual journey that I've been working on is letting go of old belief systems. Letting go of old thoughts, letting go of old ways of being, letting go of these parts of ourselves that we identified with at one time. Maybe they were even beneficial to us. At one time, I was a full-time mom. I'm not a full-time mom anymore, so do I need to be mothering my children anymore? No, they're grown men now. I can let that go. I can release that. I can process that through. At one time, I was an alcoholic. Do I need to retain those energies that I had, my need to have some substance give me something that I thought was going to benefit me, that was my solution at one point, and is no longer my solution? No. By letting go of those substances, by letting go of what that did to me, I am actually releasing and moving forward. So what Charles Fillmore says in The Power of Man talks about release as a movement. Okay, first I'm going to say that the body part of the 12 powers is the bowels. So that tells you something, right? And he really likens it to digestion. And if we think about it, we're always taking stuff in. Some of us have better diets than other people. Think of the people who eat really clean. Those are clean thoughts, clean energies, clean ways of being. And then there's some people who eat medium. You know, sometimes they eat clean things, sometimes they eat well, and then they have an entire thing of ice cream, which is delicious in small doses. You know, they're putting something that is not great into their body. And then there's people who don't eat well at all, and their bodies don't work well, their systems don't work well, they're not eliminating well. So Charles really talks about this idea of allowing yourself to realize that substances, thoughts, and behaviors are like your elimination system, that even at some point, it's okay to have some of those into your body, but we don't need to retain them. We don't need to keep them. We actually need to let them move through so that there's space for new thoughts, new beliefs, new things in our life. Anybody watched Marie Kondo's show on Netflix about tidying up? Does anybody else watch this show? So there's this Japanese woman, and she's become all the rage in talking about these, about how to clean up your house. And so what she does is she goes into a house, and let's say she starts with their clothes, and she takes every single stitch of clothes that you have, and she puts them in a huge pile in the place that you're going to be looking at them. Some people's piles are small, some people's piles are really big. And you pick up every single item and you say, does this spark joy in me? And if it doesn't spark joy in you, then you pass it on and you say, am I going to donate it? Am I going to throw it away? You know, what's going to happen to it? And eventually all you keep is that which is that what sparks joy in you. And when I was reading about the 12 powers and I was thinking about this, I thought, it's so similar. We have all these belief systems that we're holding on to, all these grievances, all of this guilt, all of this shame, all these old ways of believing about ourselves, all these old ways of connecting and believing about the other people in our lives. And we bring that past with us as if it's a huge heap of emotional crap. And we keep thinking we need to keep it. And we just take it with us wherever we go. And we got, you know, it gets bigger and we think, oh, I've got to have all this. What if I need it? What if I run into my brother again and I remember that time he did that thing to me? How am I going to survive if I don't have this old pain? How am I going to be okay? This was a big deal. Do we really need to keep keeping this stuff around? It's really hard to let it go. I've tried doing the Marie Kondo stuff at home. I end up with the same sweaters. I'd get rid of like 5 things. But when I allow myself to do this spiritual work and support other people in doing this spiritual work, what we're really doing is we're looking at this huge heap. And we needed that heap. That heap had value. It's not that we're saying that that wasn't important. Every single instance in your life, every single thing that happened to you, every hardship that happened to you, every heartbreak, every amazing opportunity, that brought you to who you are today. And we try to think as humans, I don't want to have hardship. Can't we ascend already? I was thinking about there's 8 billion people on the planet now, living today. I think when I was in college, it was 4. That means how many trillions of people have existed? And how many of them were enlightened? Not many. And yet we think that we need to be something that isn't really what this experience is about. What is this experience about? It's about remembering who we are. It's about seeing that the hardship that happens is actually a path to discovering more about who you are, unlaying yourself, letting go of all that no longer serves you, letting the elimination happen. So when you pick up that piece of something, maybe it's a resentment towards your husband or your wife or your partner, that part that still hurts, that hook, as I call it, that hook that's still in there, if only they would, look at it. What did it give you? What gratitude can you have for it? What awareness can it provide for you about who you are? How can you turn the attention to yourself and let go of blame? Let go of guilt and shame and grievance? Can you allow the energy of it to dissipate and show you the gift that it had to offer you, even if it was really hard? Can you see the strength of who you are in each one of those moments? And then, can you take it off the pile and say, I don't need this anymore. I don't need to come from this pain. I don't need to come from this grievance. I can let this go. When we do that, there's a profound, profound peace and healing that comes in us. And it's not easy because we keep walking into the world and everybody shows up. There's 8 billion of us. I'll do that quote, Lisa. As many of us are doing the Course of Miracles with Jim Kennedy, it's been doing it for a year. We're coming up, we'll be at a year on Tuesday. And there's a great way in the Course of Miracles that you can search, and I searched release. And this line came up. You have no idea of the tremendous release and deep peace that comes from meeting yourself and your brothers totally without judgment. Meeting yourself is listed first. The peace and the release that comes from meeting yourself without judgment. So that huge pile, thank you, Lisa, that huge pile mostly is about guilt. It's mostly about this part of us that holds on to feelings about, a lot of it is about the other people, but if we really dig underneath that, it really comes down to ourselves. What is it in my life that made me really feel like if I could just make something be just a little different, I'd be okay? Just a little tweak. My husband, my kids, my work. It really was about my discomfort. It was about the belief that, as I said earlier, that if something changed outside, that I would feel better inside. So it's really not about their behavior, it's really about me. Now, that doesn't mean that people do crappy things to each other, and it doesn't mean that we should accept unacceptable behavior. I think sometimes when you do this inner work, there's this part of us that says, like, well, I should just accept everybody as they are. Yes, you should absolutely accept everybody as they are, but it doesn't mean that you have to stand in the middle of their pile of stuff. So we're looking at ourselves in this. And when we can release guilt, when we can release fear, underneath is a tenderness. Underneath is a connection to higher power. Underneath is the truth is that you are spiritual beings. We are all of the cosmos. In Spirit Rising, we wrote this song that I still think about all the time, that we are stardust. We are stones that are rolled in the river. We are the trees. We are the air. The cycles of nature have elimination. The wind was blowing yesterday, and the trees were waving, and the leaves were flying off. And I thought, the trees aren't holding on, saying like, oh my God, I gotta hold on to that leaf. But we do that as humans. I gotta hold on to this grievance. My mom recently, she's in the hospital right now, so she, many of you saw her on the prayer list. She just had major surgery. She had a part of her lung removed because they found something in there that did turn out to be cancer. and she's doing really well. So I don't know if she's watching or not. She'll watch later. Hi, Mom. And we were in the hospital in the last couple days, and she said, you know, you could look at my life, and I could be somebody who says, what happened to me? My house burned down in the fire. I just got diagnosed with cancer. I had to go through surgery. Woe's me. How miserable, how crappy is my life? And she said, I'm so grateful that's not how I operate. And that I witnessed my mom being an example of somebody who allows what happens to her, process through her, feel the feelings, but she doesn't hold on to it. She allows it to pass. And what she said is, I lost everything I owned, but aren't I lucky to have the resources and have had the insurance to allow me to start a new life? Aren't I lucky? And I got diagnosed with cancer, but it was a mistake. They found it from some other thing when it was really tiny. Aren't I lucky that they found it so early and I won't have to have any other treatment? Aren't I lucky? Charles Fillmore says that thankfulness and praise are the laxative, he uses the word laxative, to spiritual awareness. And it's true, because if we really allow ourselves to let go of those parts of us that are holding on to this pile of grievance, this person did this to me, this political party is like this hurt me, this isn't okay, this person treated me that way. We're not allowing ourselves to feel the gratitude for what is in our life. And there's so much to be thankful for. Your song was so beautiful because what it said is, thank you for my life. And you can choose to either be thankful for your life or you could choose to see that it's not all that great. It's the same thing. Which side are you going to look at? My year's word or sentence has been, it is as I choose to see it. And I watched my mom in the hospital give that exact statement. It is as I choose to see it. She can see it as a blessing. So when I think about my life, some people say, well, aren't you irritated or, it's too bad you're an alcoholic, right? And I'm like, no, man, I am so lucky. I'm so lucky because this thing got me to a place where I was willing to do anything to find happiness. That I was so miserable. And it wasn't the drinking that made me miserable, as I've said before. It was my soul that was broken. And the truth is, now, I just say that, the truth is now I believe strongly that we are not broken. We are not sick. We are not broken. We are not depleted. We are whole, but we forget. And we allow ourselves to believe that we're broken. We allow ourselves to believe that we're sick. We allow ourselves to believe that we don't have enough. And it is as we choose to see it. So it doesn't mean that there's not hardship. What's going on for my mom is a big deal. It's going to take a long time for her to heal. But she's going to heal. So we're seeing it on the positive side. And I look at my life and I think, there was 10 really hard years, raising kids, and my husband and I weren't getting along, and I think, would I have wanted to not have had those years? At the time, I would say yes. At the time, I would say that misery was hard. But that was real humanness. That was a connection and a attachment to my ego and who I felt like I was in my ego that I can only see now because I was standing in the pile of my stuff. And I didn't want to pick up any pieces and look at it and put it away. I wanted to hold on to all of it. This is my pain. You did this to me. And as I've let go and digested all of those things, there's space for new thought. There's space for new life. There's space for new ideas. There's only so much space. And in my studies, it was talking about how we hold all of this stuff and it takes up emotional, physical, spiritual space in our psyche and in our consciousness. So choose what you want in there. Be willing to let go of that no longer serves you. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. It's okay to not know what it is yet. Sometimes it's hard to even know how we feel. Someone will say, well, what do you want? And you're like, I really don't know. I haven't allowed myself that ability to ask or to even know how I feel. It's just one perception shift, one tiny little move at a time that brings you closer to letting all those things flow. Charles Fillmore also talks about the inflow of a stream. And I think of this money-wise too, that you have a little stream, then it's got like a little pool, and then the stream keeps going. How many people hike? You've seen these beautiful streams in Colorado. And then a beaver comes and dams up the inlet or the outlet, and it starts to fill up more and more and more. And maybe the beaver leaves, and all of a sudden it's filled with sediment, and it starts getting icky and yucky. You have to have the in and you have to have the out for it to be a healthy stream. The Bible story is from Genesis, and it's about Lot and his wife. And that they're in Sodom and Gomorrah, and it's not going well there. And so they're told to leave. And they don't really want to leave. They want to stand in their pile of stuff. And so they finally get taken out of the city, and they're told, you have to leave. Don't look back. Don't grab your pile of stuff and carry it with you, but she can't. She can't do it, and she turns back to look, and they say she's turned into a pillar of salt. And I loved the metaphysical interpretation that salt is preservation. It's a preservative. She was preserved in her limitation. She was preserved in her limiting beliefs. The Dead Sea is a body of water that doesn't have an inlet or outlet, and the salt just is deeper and deeper until it's so heavy in salt you can float. So where are you in your life? Where is your inlet and your outlet not even? Where are you building up this big pile of old thoughts and old beliefs? Just one at a time. You don't have to pick up the whole pile all at once. It just takes one at a time. And you can look at somebody in your life that you have a trigger with. Somebody that's really hard to forgive. Somebody in your life who causes you pain. The peace and the release that you feel from letting go of judgment is beyond anything that you can know. So are you willing to take a look and let go of that judgment? And it doesn't mean that you have to approve of what happened to you. What it means is you're taking the energy out of it today. You're saying, at some point in my life, this was my experience, but I am digesting it and I am letting it go. I am opening to new relationships, new thoughts, new ways of being in my life and with the people in my life. And more importantly, I'm opening to new ways of being with myself. Self-forgiveness is the number one forgiveness. It's the hardest one. We have all that stuff, and our tenderness to ourselves is the hardest to actually do. So I encourage you to think about release, renunciation, elimination, and as we come into Thanksgiving, to allow yourself to move into a place where you see the truth of who you are and the thankfulness that you have for your life, no matter how big your pile is. And pick up one at a time and allow yourself to release judgment of yourself first and all of those in your life. Happy Thanksgiving, happy November. Namaste.
Just got excited. Hey, sister, you're up. Just because it's your birthday, you know.
Lisa. This is a song called Grateful for Gratitude. I don't know why I just said Lisa. Why did I just say that? I have no idea. Rachel, thank you so much.
Two, 1, 2, 3. Holy Mother, Father God, thank you for your healing love. Holy sacred light divine, thank you for this life of mine. Here I go. Whoa, I am grateful for the air I breathe. Whoa, I am grateful for the life in me. Whoa, I am grateful to be renewed. Whoa, I am grateful for gratitude. Grateful for gratitude. Grateful for gratitude. And being here with you today makes me come alive and say, we are presence, we are part of the one infinite heart. This I know. Oh, I am grateful for the air I breathe. Whoa, I am grateful for the life in me. Whoa, I am grateful to be renewed. Whoa, I am grateful for gratitude. Grateful for gratitude. Grateful for gratitude. Whoa, I am so whoa, yes I am. Whoa, Lord, I am grateful, grateful for the love of it all. Hallelujah, dancing open in the joy of it all. Hallelujah, source of all before me, praising every glory. Hallelujah, through my body, I say thank you. Hallelujah, you are a gift upon this earth of truly unbelievable worth. Bring it, sister, brother, too. Magnificence is calling on you. Say hello. Oh, I am grateful for the air I breathe. Whoa, I am grateful for the life in me. Whoa, I am grateful to be renewed. Whoa, I am grateful for gratitude. Grateful for gratitude. Grateful for gratitude.
Marcy Baruch.
Janice Kelly. Dan and Larry.
Thank you, thank you. Good morning, everybody. We have some community news as usual, and we're going to start with our purpose statement. So if you would please join me in that. We commit to increasing our spiritual awareness, diversifying our community, manifesting our highest potential, and positively impacting the world. And I'm certain that for many of you sitting here, that resonates deeply with you. And there are many ways that you can support us in that. One of those ways is financial, and there are many ways within that you can give to Columbine. You know that we're a self-supporting community, and we rely and are very, very grateful for all of the support that we receive from you. So there are many ways to give. You can give by text or automatic deduction from your checking account and so on. You can also give this morning via the offering bags that will be passed around. So let's go ahead with our offertory blessing. God's love has always met and will always meet all my needs. I give freely, I receive abundantly, and I am grateful. And that's been a powerful word today, grateful and gratitude. So we are doing our annual Sister Carmen Community Center food drive, and the bins are here today. And as you came in, you had the opportunity to pick up a slip of paper with the list of things that are mostly needed, or that are most needed. So if you didn't receive one, look for one on your way out. And the bins will be here through the 20th. And on November 20th, the YFM is going to do a special thing that's going to include everyone in the congregation who would like to participate. So details will be coming about that. Living room conversations, this time will be on the topic of ageism, and we are moving this one to virtual only because of some things that have been happening with people's health. So that will be November the 9th from 6:30 to 8:30, and details are in your bulletin and online and in the weekly update. The Arts and Crafts Fair will be next Sunday, one day only, before and after service, so you can get your holiday shopping started early. And if you are an artist who would like to participate, there is still time for you to do that. And again, you can find information about that in your digital bulletin or in the weekly update. The men's breakfast on November the 19th in Foss Hall. And the men are of the group, the Columbine men, are inviting you to invite a friend or family member to come with you. And there will be a $5 guest fee for them. So that way, each of you can, two of you can attend for $15. So if you have questions about that, I can help you answer them. There's a lot going on at Columbine, and there are a couple of things that are not listed here that I want to touch on real quick. One is that we do want to honor you as a veteran if you choose. So there's something set up in the lobby, and that will allow you to tell us a little bit about your service, because your service obviously has allowed us the liberties that we have. So please take a look at that if you are a veteran who would like to be acknowledged. The other is that when Jeannie was up here at the beginning, she mentioned that they're doing a dance for around Thanksgiving time, and they're going to rehearse right after service today. So she's asking if we can please take our conversations out of the room so that the children can pay attention to her. All right. Who's our prayer chaplain for today? Oh, Tink. Tink is here, and she will
as well.
Oh, Lisa, you know these lights, these new lights are fabulous, and I can't see quite as well. Thank you, Janice. So Tink and Lisa are here to help you with your prayer needs, and that includes celebration too, gratitude that we've been talking a lot about. When you come into Foss Hall, if you are new or if you just would like conversation, then choose a white cup, and then we'll know that you're seeking connection with us today, and we'll be glad to connect with you and just learn more about you and what you would like to experience while you're here at Columbine. And I also want to just say a quick hello to Reverend Sue, who is having her experience with COVID. So hello to everybody else who's online watching us.
All right, let's stand up and peace our way home. 2, 3.
Peace that
God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. We love you. Have a beautiful week. Namaste.
You are a gift upon this earth of truly unbelievable worth. So bring it, sister, brother, too. Magnificence is calling on you. Say hello. Whoa, I am grateful. Whoa, I am grateful for the air I breathe. Whoa, I am grateful to be renewed. Whoa, I am grateful for gratitude.
Grateful for gratitude. Grateful for gratitude. Yes. We'll see you.